should go to his palace.
You could, but I
Atlantia Viver, hello my friends, I am watching the Final Fantasy 13.
time to stop Brad.
There are actually 3 games called Final Fantasy 13.
Impossible to be anywhere close
The original one, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13.2, and the Lightning Returns at Final Fantasy 13. And if you watch the movies, the full game movies on YouTube, each one has 10 or 11 hours long. No, actually, for Final Fantasy 10,
You're surprisingly calm.
it's 10 hours long. For Final Fantasy 10.2, it is 11 hours long. And for each of the 3 Final Fantasy 13s, it is 7 to 8 hours long. So, we are talking about 21 hours, 27 hours, 30 hours, anyway. Also, Final Fantasy 7 has a 7 hours long movie, and with cutscenes, and Final Fantasy 8 has something like 10 hours, yes. So, we are talking about dozens of hours, more hours of videos than I have made. I have made about 51, 52 hours of videos on YouTube. And this is just getting great. You know, I have a Bitcoin miner which was installed not by Watch Dogs but some other game which I installed, a pirate game. It is my fault because I gave to Lorenzo Marino 1 year ago this solution to get rid of privacy privacy and piracy both, and now that Bitcoin miner turn up on me, and it is destroying my poor 5670 AMD Radeon HD video card. I can barely record my videos now. You know, many people are asking stupid questions about this game, Final Fantasy. Why is it download 55 gigabytes and it unpacks 100 gigabytes? Well, because you have 60 gigabytes of voiceovers from Japan. If you remove them, you are only going to have the 24 gigabytes of English version. It is a repack on Pirate Bay. So, and I heard that the Japanese version on music and voices is much better than the English version because they had to recode everything. They had to employ English actors, and they are very expensive in Japan, more expensive than the natives. So it is a very good game. The Final Fantasy series, now it is at number 15, it will appear in a few months. Most of them are ports, they were made for consoles. It was their biggest mistake. Maybe it was not a mistake, because the PlayStation 3 is nothing to write home about. It has only a single core processor, which is dubbed an octa-core, but the other 7 cores only helping with very specialized graphical tests. So 1 single core for general CPU processing and 7 cores for GPU processing. It has 512 megabytes of system memory, video and system. It has an HDD of 1 terabyte of 500 gigabytes. It has a Blu-ray drive, and that is essential because you know the game is 50 gigabytes in size, and you will need a double layer Blu-ray disc for it. Also, in Japan there are Blu-rays discs with 3 layers and 4 layers, quad layers, and even quintuple layers with sizes of 75 gigabytes, 100, 125, and 150 gigabytes. But they cost $100 or something like that for the biggest version. And you know, all the Final Fantasy movies and games are about hope. The ethical battle between good and bad, protecting your spirit, be your true self, be alive, be free. I am listening to the mix, you can find on YouTube the mix. My sister Artemis of Brina, there are 2 mixes of 50 pieces, and please don't delete them because they are my inspiration. And also you need to listen 3 to 7 times to We Weren't Meant to Follow by Bon Jovi, and then the Hymn of Heroes of Puy de Leu or something like that. Veniți români și mai departe. And this will set you free, especially the American. Yeah, you know, Britney Spears is a great artist because she knows she had an Illuminati education and she knows how to embed various messages in her music. She's a perfect artist. She gained the muse of dance, the music from me, and she used that hopefully very good. So, my games are running like shit. My videos are running like shit because I have that Bitcoin miner and I downloaded Bitdefender from Pirate Bay, but it could not found it. Yes, and when I'm running the Sandra tests, the Seas of Sandra 2014-2015 tests, it told me that it is wrong. By the way, Bitdefender 2015 has already appeared. It has a much cleaner and streamlined interface than the previous version, made for stupid people. But you also have to set the permission progressive from permissive, the default is permissive to all virus scans. So, what do I want to talk to you about? Yes, about spiritual progression. You know, it is child's play to reach the 4D continuum. You have to be true to yourself, you have to believe in yourself, you have to do all the ethical things. Basically, you have to fulfill all your dreams as a child. You have to behave like a child and fulfill all your dreams. If you're out of money, just ask more. Or work more, or just be yourself. And for the 5D, for consciousness, for 7D, you need to be conscious. For spiritual, you need to be spiritual. For light, you need to act like a light, like Lucifer. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, to spread light around the world. For creating God, to be created God, and so on and so forth. For ungrateful qualities, you have to tell the truth and love everyone and so on. And for Holy Spirit, you have to act like Jesus. For the uncreated nature, you have to be, like nature, you have to understand women, and for the Supreme God, you have to act like the Supreme God. I have not yet reached that levels, maybe I have, but I pass, and then you get into the bronze level, which is 235D, and the silver level 379D, and the gold level 612D. The 990, the platinum level, the diamond level 1599D, 2594D or something like that is the emerald level, and the sapphire level is 4063D. I'm rolling to it right now. The 6th materialistic synergy level. And we have 37 levels, and then we have, there are 42, 43, 44 levels in total, 800 to 900 days in the test of Agartha. Anyway, I have installed 25, 26 games. I have fulfilled my heart desire, but I have not spent a lot of. I was locked up, I had a wonderful game called Mysteries of the Sith. Jedi Knight 1, it is an expansion to Dark Forces 2. Jedi Knight 1, it is called Mysteries of the Sith Lords. It costs $3, $2.99 on Steam. I installed it. And also I bought another game with $10. Yes, the second part of the Sith Lords from KOTOR, the Knights of the Old Republic 2. The Sith Lords is a very good game also. In these days you cannot see a game like this. Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 13, these are good games. Also I have to install Assassin's Creed 4 and Imperial 1 and 2 and Masters of Orion 1 and 2 and Dune you can find on Abandonia. You can also find Hammer of the Gods on Abandon. You know, many people do not appreciate how small money you pay on this section, because many people pay a lot of money for food and a lot of things like this. In the old days, when people have a lot of money, they no longer wish to spend their money. It happens with me. When I have little money or I borrow from my grandmother, I go and spend them on a lot of shitty things. But when I have a lot of money, I tend to be more selective and buy pizza at home and spend all my money, which are 250 euros. It is very easy to spend them. Or video games, but I don't buy video games with $40 when they are new. I wait for them to drop in price to $5 to $10 each. So, I have installed 54, 55, 56 games in total on Uplay, on GOG, on other individual, on Steam and on Origin. I have 12 games on Origin, 26 on Steam, on GOG 7, on Uplay another 7, and yes,
You were there?
Lost Planet 2 never worked on me. I played 20 euros. Anyway,
I don't have to do anything. But if you could
I'm really tired, you know. 1 week ago I was at my grandmother and
then I'll talk.
was that stupid shit called Nicholas from Bella City, and he looked at me in an odd way and told me I would die in 5 days. And because he's only at the bronze level and I am at the emerald level now. He also only says the 5 dimensions. I have 1599 something like that, 1599 dimensions. You cannot help me, I can help him. He will probably die after this. Because of himself, not because of me. Don't think about revenge or other shit like this. And I was awoke all this night. I have to go to sleep.
Barely concentrate on my duties.
That's it, goodbye.
Sorry, boss.